Never fear the unknown. Hello and welcome to another episode of Inner Compass, your space for deep thoughts, personal growth, and the courage to face life's most unpredictable roads. I'm Jenny, and today we're diving into a subject that every single one of us deals with: the fear of the unknown. We've all been there. Whether it's stepping into a new job, moving to a new city, starting a relationship, or even just trying something new, our minds go into overdrive. What if I fail? What if I regret this? What if things don't go the way I planned? But let me ask you something more powerful: what if it changes your life for the better? What if the unknown is exactly where your breakthrough is waiting? Today's episode is titled, Never Fear the Unknown. And by the end of this conversation, I hope you'll be ready to stop running from uncertainty and start walking toward it with open arms. Segment 1: The Psychology of Fear. Let's begin with understanding why we fear the unknown in the first place. Our brains are wired for survival, not necessarily for success. The amygdala, the part of the brain responsible for our fight or flight response, reacts strongly to uncertainty. It sees the unknown as a threat. Thousands of years ago, this was useful. If you walked into a dark cave without knowing what was inside, you could literally die. But today, the cave might be a new job interview, starting your own business, or traveling solo. And while the risks feel real, they're rarely life-threatening. Still, our brains treat uncertainty with caution. They say, stick to what you know. Stay safe. Stay small. But growth, by its very nature, lives outside the comfort zone. Segment 2: Comfort Zone vs Growth Zone. You see, the comfort zone is where everything is familiar: routines, habits, people, patterns. It's safe. It's predictable. But it's also where dreams go to die. The growth zone is where all your potential lives. It's where you discover who you truly are. But to get there, you must pass through the fear zone, the space where doubt, anxiety, and hesitation live. Everyone wants change until they realize change lives in the unknown. Let me repeat that: change lives in the unknown. You cannot become someone new while holding on to who you were. You cannot find your future while clinging to your past. You must be willing to let go and walk blindly for a while, trusting that your inner compass knows the way. Segment 3: Stories that Inspire. Let's take a moment to look at some real-life examples of people who walked into the unknown and found greatness. Think of J.K. Rowling. She was a single mother, living on welfare, rejected by multiple publishers. She didn't know if anyone would ever read her book. But she dared to believe in the unknown, and Harry Potter became a global phenomenon. Think of Steve Jobs dropping out of college, traveling to India, living on a spiritual quest before CEO founding Apple in a garage. No guarantee of success. Just vision, curiosity, and the willingness to embrace uncertainty. Or take Oprah Winfrey, born into poverty, surviving trauma, and working her way into a career that had no blueprint for her. The media world didn't look like her. It didn't speak like her. But she stepped into the unknown and changed the landscape forever. These aren't superhumans. These are people who decided that fear wouldn't lead their life. Curiosity would. Courage would. Vision would. And guess what? You can make that decision too. Segment 4: Lessons from Nature. Let's step outside for a moment into nature. Ever watch a caterpillar become a butterfly? It enters a cocoon, the ultimate unknown, a place of darkness, silence, and disintegration. In that space, it literally melts into goo before reassembling into something entirely new. It cannot predict what it will become. It cannot see the wings forming. But still, it surrenders to the process. That's transformation. That's trust. Or think of a seed. Buried in the dirt, covered in darkness. No signs of light. No clear path. But it pushes upward anyway through the unknown toward something it's never seen, sunlight. You too are meant to grow through what you cannot yet see. Segment 5. How to stop fearing the unknown. So, how do we begin to shift from fear to freedom? From anxiety to adventure? Here are a few mindset shifts that can help. 1. Reframe uncertainty as possibility. Instead of saying "I don't know what will happen," try saying, "Anything can happen." The unknown doesn't have to be negative. It can be full of surprises, opportunities, and blessings you never imagined. 2. Remember, nothing great ever came from staying comfortable. Growth is uncomfortable. Expansion is painful. But so is regret. So is wondering what could have been if you had just taken that leap. 3. Take small bold steps. You don't have to dive headfirst into the deep end. Start small. Do one thing that scares you each week. Talk to a stranger. Apply for that dream job. Book that solo trip. Every step counts. 4. Detach from the outcome. Focus on the experience, not the result. Let go of control. Life often gives us what we need, not what we want. And the unknown can be a better designer than you are. 5. Trust yourself. You have survived 100% of your worst days. You've figured things out before. You'll do it again. The unknown doesn't need to be feared because you bring your own light into it. Segment 6. The spiritual side. Let's go a little deeper now beyond psychology and into spirituality. Sometimes, the unknown isn't just a place we go. It's a place we're called to. Many spiritual traditions talk about faith, believing in what you cannot see. Stepping out of the boat, walking on water. Trusting in a higher plan. Whether you believe in God, the universe, or just the flow of life, the unknown is often where we're guided to heal, to grow, and to become who we were born to be. When you surrender to the unknown, you open the door for divine alignment. Synchronicities appear. People show up. Paths unfold. But none of this can happen if you're too busy clinging to what's familiar. Segment 7. Personal reflection. Let me ask you something. What have you been putting off because you don't know how it will turn out? What dream have you kept buried because it feels too risky? What version of you is waiting on the other side of your comfort zone? Take a moment to pause. Breathe. Imagine your life 1 year from now if you chose curiosity over fear, if you said yes to the unknown. Would you be the same person? Or would you be someone bolder, braver, freer? Segment 8. Closing message. I want to leave you with a truth that's both simple and powerful. You don't need all the answers to move forward. You just need the courage to begin. Fear will always try to protect you. But don't let it prevent you. Life is meant to be lived, not predicted. Experienced, not controlled. The magic, the miracles, the meaning, they're all waiting for you in the space you're scared to enter. So the next time fear whispers, "What if you fail?" you whisper back, "But what if I fly?" Thank you so much for spending this time with me. If this episode resonated with you, share it with someone who needs a little courage today. And remember, it's okay to be scared, but do it anyway. This is Jenny, and you've been listening to Inner Compass. Stay bold. Stay open. And never fear the unknown.